Tommy won't fight Jake.
Really?
Bro.
Why? Because Jake's improved since they fought?
I was surprised when Tommy scraped away with that 1-point split decision W last time.
He made a ton of money, and I know people are mad. You stayed home on a Saturday night, but you didn't pay for it. You know what I mean?
Dana White has officially canceled Tommy Fury after his third rejection of a rematch with Jake Paul. Seriously, what are these guys even doing to boxing? Once upon a time, it was about skill, heart, and actually stepping into the ring, not treating it like a game of tag with excuses. Tommy Fury had no problem nodding along when the $8 million offer was dangled in front of him, but now he's suddenly got more important things to do. What's next? Rescheduling for his Pilates class? Honestly, if these people spent half as much time fighting as they do dodging, maybe Dana wouldn't have to step in and clean up the circus. But here we are.
He gets mad when I do this, but...
After Fury rejected Jake Paul's rematch for the third time, Dana didn't hold back, slamming Tommy for what he called a complete betrayal of the sport.
We're going on saying, I won't do this and I won't do that. I will show you what I'll do. You know, Tommy will fight your brother as early as end of February or end of January, and I'll fight you on the undercard.
And as John Fury said, his son had one job to do, that is to teach Jake Paul a lesson, restore a shred of dignity to influencer boxing, and maybe cash in that $8 million offer while he was at it. But no, Tommy, the king of flip-flopping, has once again decided he's got more important things to do. What's next, Tommy? Picking out new throw pillows for the living room? Here's the kicker. This isn't just about dodging a fight. It's about Fury's audacity to act like he's still the hero of the story.
I've seen Logan Paul talk on his podcast yet again about how I don't want to fight Jake and that I'm running scared. I seen Jake tweeting the other day about how he offered me X, Y, and Z on Netflix. I just wanted to come in here and say that no one's running from that fight. I beat you once already. I handed you your first loss. The minute you stepped up and fought a real boxer, you lost, fair and square.
Remember when he couldn't stop boasting about how he'd wiped the floor with Jake Paul in a 12-round fight? Yeah, those same bold claims now feel like the setup for a bad joke. Fury challenged Jake to talk serious numbers and promised a second loss without breaking a sweat. And Dana, like the rest of us, believed him.
I can give you a second loss, that's not a problem, but let's talk some serious numbers down the phone. If you want to get in touch, you know where I am. It's as easy as that. I can come back after a year and beat the pair of you. So, at the end of the day, if you want to fight, let's talk some serious numbers, you know where I am.
Big mistake. The excuses are now stacking up faster than Fury's Instagram sponsorships. And honestly, it's a terrible look. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is having a field day. He's plastered Fury's name all over social media, calling him a coward, dragging his reputation through the mud, and even taking a few low blows at Fury's personal life. $8 million wasn't enough to get Tommy back in the ring. Jake's basically handed him a golden ticket, but instead of cashing it in, Fury's out here acting like it's just another Tuesday. And let's not even get started on Jake dragging Molly May into this mess, because nothing says professional like making it personal, right?
He doesn't give a fuck, dude. Like, look at what he just did. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Granted, if Tommy's man enough one day and he wants to fight Jake again, which, you know, for the right amount of money, maybe he'll do it.
But here's where it gets worse. Fury's actions are starting to look less like hesitation and more like a pattern. After beating Jake back in February 2023, Tommy was riding high, telling anyone with a microphone that he'd fight Jake again in a heartbeat. Confidence? Through the roof. Follow through? Non-existent. When it came time to actually make things official, Tommy pulled out the world's longest excuse list, demanding bigger payouts and setting up more roadblocks than a construction zone. Dana White's frustration isn't just understandable, it's overdue.
That would be awesome. And I know Jake would like that opportunity, but like he doesn't need it. And for Tommy Fury, a man in a boxing family, to act like him beating a YouTuber in a split decision by 1 point is any sort of massive victory is just pathetic to me.
This isn't just about Tommy versus Jake anymore. It's about what Fury's behavior means for boxing as a whole. Dana wanted this rematch to prove that influencer boxing could produce real fights with real stakes, not just a circus sideshow. Instead, Fury's antics have dragged the sport deeper into the mud. turning what could have been a redemption story into a full-blown disaster. Dana's not mad about the money or the missed opportunities. He's mad because Fury's behavior is an embarrassment to the sport he's spent his career building. And let's not forget, Jake Paul has plenty of reasons to want this rematch. That one loss to Fury is the only blemish on Jake's 10-1 record, and he's been relentless about settling the score.
The thing is with Jake Paul, he's never fought anybody his size, and he's never fought somebody who is actually a boxer. You know what I mean? He beat up a 40-something-year-old fucking NBA player.
For Jake, this isn't just about the money or the spotlight. It's about silencing his critics and proving he's not just a YouTuber playing dress-up as a boxer. But with Fury dodging the fight at every turn, Jake's left with nothing but frustration, and Dana's left questioning whether Tommy Fury is even worth the hype anymore. Jake Paul has never been one to hold back, especially when it comes to Tommy Fury.
And if he were actually about it and wanted to prove that he is the real boxer, he'd fight Jake again.
And let's just say, Tommy's latest move, or lack thereof, has given Jake enough ammo to fire off a barrage of insults. Turning down an $8 million rematch offer? Seriously? That's the kind of cash most people can't even dream about, and Fury's out here acting like it's pocket change. Naturally, Jake wasted no time roasting him on social media, labeling him a muppet, and because he's Jake Paul, dragging Fury's personal life into the mess. Oh yes, even Molly May Hague, Fury's ex, wasn't spared in Jake's relentless tirade. But honestly, can you blame fans for being confused? Who rejects $8 million to fight a YouTuber, especially when you've already beaten him once? Tommy Fury, apparently. And this isn't some one-off incident, it's part of a pattern. Fury's track record of bailing on fights is starting to look like a bad habit. Remember the Darren Till fight that went up in smoke? Fury blamed concerns about Till using MMA tactics, but let's call it what it is. Another excuse to add to the pile. At this point, fans are left wondering if Tommy's real opponent is his own calendar. Here's the thing. The first fight between Jake and Tommy wasn't just big, it was massive.
How is Tommy's going in?
Okay.
It's like, you're a YouTuber made on the real boxer. They always say that. By the way, it's the same. You sound the same as the last guy. Yeah. Same with me. I'm a real fighter. Oh yeah? Cool, bro. How'd that turn out for you?
Their February 2023 showdown in Saudi Arabia was a spectacle, drawing attention from every corner of the internet. A rematch? That would have been an even bigger deal. For Tommy, this wasn't just about the payday. Although $8 million is no small incentive, it was a chance to cement his name in influencer boxing history. Instead, he let the moment slip away, leaving fans scratching their heads and promoters shaking theirs. And Jake? Oh, he's not taking this lying down.
I think it was a draw, honestly.
I think you would have been lucky to get a draw. I think he beat you.
I'm not sitting here and saying that I should have won. All I'm saying is that Tommy should want to come back and like actually beat me properly. When I beat Tyron Woodley, it was kind of like, damn, that could have gone either way. And I wanted to come back and prove myself. And the saying of the next fight was leave no doubt. That's the beauty of what Tommy should do here, is leave no doubt.
For him, that one loss to Tommy is like a pebble in his shoe. Tiny, but impossible to ignore. Jake's entire career has been built on proving people wrong, and this rematch was his ticket to redemption. The $8 million wasn't just a number, it was a statement. A win would have shut up his critics and polished his already shiny 10-1 record. But with Tommy ducking the fight, Jake's frustration is palpable, and honestly, it's hard not to side with him on this one. Meanwhile, Tommy's hesitation is doing his reputation no favors.
I will fight you, Logan Paul, and I will throw punches at you. I will let my hands go. I won't shit myself, I'll let my fucking hands go. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll fight you on your brother, on Tommy's undercard, wherever it may be in the world.
Beating Jake once was a solid move, but refusing to run it back has painted him as someone more interested in clinging to past glory than actually proving himself. And let's be real, boxing fans have a low tolerance for fighters who talk big but don't deliver. The contrast couldn't be more glaring. Jake is hungry, relentless, and eager to prove himself, while Tommy seems content playing dodgeball with opportunities. Then there's Dana White, who, let's face it, is probably wondering why he ever backed Tommy in the first place. Dana initially saw Fury as the perfect foil to Jake Paul. a professional boxer who could expose the YouTuber's flaws and bring a shred of legitimacy to influencer boxing.
Right, so I've just woke up and seen Logan Paul talking on his podcast yet again about how I don't want to fight Jake and I'm running scared. I seen Jake tweeting the other day about how he offered me X, Y, and Z on Netflix. I just wanted to come in here and say that no one's running from that fight. I beat you once already, I handed you your first loss. The minute you stepped up and fought a real boxer, you lost, fair and square. I can give you a second loss, that's not a problem, but let's talk some serious numbers down the phone. If you want to get in touch, you know where I am. It's as easy as that. I can come back after a year and beat the pair of you. So, at the end of the day, if you want to fight, let's talk some serious numbers, you know where I am.
Instead, Fury's antics have turned him into exactly what Dana wanted to avoid. Another sideshow act. Rejecting a massive payday, backing out of fights, and focusing more on social media than the ring? It's no wonder Dana's patience has run out.
He gets mad when I do this, but...
For Dana, this isn't just about one fight. It's about what it represents. A Jake versus Tommy rematch had the potential to draw millions of viewers and prove that influencer boxing could produce real, compelling narratives. Instead, Fury's reluctance has turned it into a missed opportunity of epic proportions. And let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just disappointing for Dana or Jake. It's disappointing for the entire sport. Boxing thrives on big moments and big fights, and this could have been one for the books. Tommy Fury is now at a critical juncture in his career. He could have solidified himself as a key player in the influencer boxing world, but instead, his hesitance has left fans questioning his commitment. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is out here, relentless as ever, ready to throw down and settle the score. If Tommy doesn't step up soon, his legacy won't just be tarnished. It'll be defined by what he didn't do. And for Dana White, who's built his career on delivering the fights fans want, Tommy's behavior is nothing short of a colossal letdown.